My personal twin flame experience. I've been on the twin flame journey for about 5 or 6 years. I actually started with a dark twin flame, for there are 3 different kinds of twin flame on this journey. So the dark twin flame, these are actually just very, very malevolent experiences, really. Their energy is very, very draining, and they have, like a lot of fear and hate and all those lower emotions in them. And my one was incredibly controlling, wouldn't give me any space whatsoever, and it was just a constant input of negativity the whole time. But yet I was considering it was my twin flame, because I would get all these messages all the time, messages from spirit, messages from dreams, and we had just such a strong psychic connection. So all of these things, which I'd never experienced with another person before, were so supernatural and intense that even though it was obvious that he was so determined to stay hateful and fear-based and not go into shift, I was always there trying to make him feel better, try to make him okay, healing him, and doing everything I could to attempt to pull him up, to make him be what I wanted him to be. Just someone who was just kind and light and sweet or something. And but that you can't change somebody ever. And that was the dark twin experience. When I did actually get a clear picture of that one with my third eye, it was pure blackness. But yet I was given all of these false visions, false pictures, which made me feel very endearing towards him and made me feel like I wanted to save him. I do think that is a telltale sign of a dark twin. You just feel like, oh my gosh, I've got to save this person, and so then that was that one. And then when I got rid of the dark twin, then I got what is a false twin, and they are actually different beings. And usually people just get one or the other. It's quite rare you have the both of them, which are just a build up to your actual twin flame experience. So the false twin, this one was quite tricky, because, actually the first one was also tricky, because when I would look at this person, they would mirror back to me my exact aura. So their aura was exactly like my aura. And I would look at them and just think, wow, I would see the same angelic forces, the same elemental beings, the same light, the same everything around them. So that really just made me think, like, wow, this person was just mirroring back lightness and angelic energy. So when I was made aware of like these toxic, dark qualities, I just thought, they'll go, never mind about them, ignore them, or I can heal them, stuff like that. Because what I was seeing with my eyes was so bright and light and innocent and pure, and that was all I could see, really. I would like to make a quick comment, actually, going back to the dark twin, is from working with other people, because I'm a twin flame counsellor now. I have noticed that with the dark twin, there are 2 kind of emotional types. One is like the sort of overbearing, controlling, and just doesn't give you any space. And then the other one, then they're the ones who will like ghost you and run and, just make you feel abandoned, or, it's usually one extreme or the other. It's like too much or too little. It's something like that. And so I just thought I'd add that in for people. But anyway, yes, back to the false twin. So he just seemed very innocent and very light, and but then what it was any kind of wound which I might have had in my past was in him, but magnified times 100. So, you know, if like I had a little niggle about something in the past, it would be a huge issue with him. So I totally empathized with all of his issues because I could understand them, and it was very obvious that it was a reflection of perhaps things in my subconscious which I needed to heal. And I took that very seriously. So whenever there were things in him which I didn't like or which seemed toxic, I would search myself and think, okay, is this me? Why is this reflecting back to me? And I would go within and I would just look for that wound inside myself to find it and heal it. And I did that throughout the whole relationship. And, you know, even there were some things which were in him which I know I had definitely healed, definitely got over, and weren't a part of my existence anymore. So those things, they were still active in him and like very rampant. So it was just totally, there's totally a reflection of wounds and things that need to be healed. It's very much like a smoky mirror experience, because the mirror isn't accurate. It's quite dark, but they show enough light and enough innocence and all that to keep you there. Because when you look at them, you do see this innocence and this lightness, but you recognize that they're incredibly wounded. So I would just be, you know, trying, you know, healing him, healing myself, searching myself until I realized that I was taking on all of these issues that actually just weren't mine, and it was getting me down because I was just constantly searching myself to be like, okay, and perhaps I do need to heal this, and I need to heal more of this, and I need to look deeper into this. It was just so much introspection to really pass the tests and balance everything. And but then it gets to the point then where they're just staying in that negative place, and then, you know, reflecting all of their stuff onto you and making you feel like you have all these issues when you know that you really don't, because you know that you're calm, peaceful, balanced when you're not in that insane false twin flame mirror experience. And one of the most insane effects of a false twin would be the mirror in this way. I'm sure how intense the mirror is makes people believe that it really is their real twin flame. But you say, like, we're in a relationship and I have this major issue with him of, say, a way that he's treating me. So I would feel like, you know, all he's doing is just take, and that is an issue. So in my head, I would be thinking that, you know, I'd be like, feel like that was just going on all the time. And then in a random argument, he would scream out everything that I wanted to say to him but wasn't saying. He would literally scream out my thoughts word for word at me, and though they made no sense at all. So it's just, I felt like he was consuming all of my energy, and just, you know, just, he was just like consume. That's what it felt like. And then even in like an argument, he would scream, all you do is consume, and take energy. And I would just be like, whoa, because that's actually the very opposite and the last thing of what I would do. I would just give, and I wasn't taking anything, or, you know, it didn't really make any sense. And that was just an example of, you know, if I was angry about something, he would come back and like shout what I was angry about as if it was me. And that was the strangest mirror experience, because whatever issue I had inside me would get screamed in my face. So yeah, and it's just that is the major effect of a mirror. It's like whatever you have inside you, a false twin will scream it at you. And of course, I should have dealt with the things which were annoying me or wherever and not kept them inside. So that was a lesson in itself. But it was just so surreal how if there was the tiniest niggle of anything I had inside me, the false twin flame would just really display it so strongly and scream it back into my face. So that is definitely something to look out for in a false twin experience, because it's such a strong sign. But yet these signs, they actually make you truly believe that your false twin is your real twin, because they mirror things about you in such a freaky way. But it's not the positive things, it's negative things. And of course it is done for healing, and I do really actually care so much for my false twin, because there were so many kind and wonderful qualities as well. He was very caring, very sweet, very generous, and gave me everything that I needed in so many ways, and assisted me with healing so many things. And I fully recovered from a PTSD issue, which just disappeared, and I was just feeling so free, more free than I've ever felt in my whole life, because any issues which I had, they were dissolving away throughout the relationship. And of course the relationship itself was so stressful and full of drama, but things which I needed to heal in myself, they were evaporating, and I just felt so free after it in so many ways. But the relationship itself, they're just very, very stressful. So I do advise people to learn all of the lessons you need to learn with a false twin. And then when it gets to the point where it's taking you down too much, or it's affecting your faith, because that's something which I noticed. My faith in love, it was not where it should be, because I would think I truly, truly, truly believe in this twin flame experience, and I'm putting everything into it, and I'm doing all of the healing and everything I'm supposed to do, but yet this love keeps just chipping away at me and taking me down lower than I should be. And it was just not good for my faith in love, basically. So then towards the end of this relationship, my actual real twin flame experience manifested. So I left the false twin flame and I found my real twin flame. And this experience, the energy and everything was just totally different to the dark twin and to the false twin. Nothing like it at all. The energy of a true twin flame will fill you up with so much love and so much light and so much healing, and there's no drama or there's no negativity. It's just pure bliss and love and innocence. And when you speak to them, you feel like you have your spiritual battery is filled up instead of drained. With a false and a dark twin, they can take you down a bit, but your real twin flame will actually raise you up every time you speak to them. It's like a boost of positivity and love and light and all the good stuff. And that was an incredibly healing experience to heal from the past two. But the past two, they were preparing me and getting me ready for the actual experience of a real twin flame. And so my real twin flame and I, we're so unbelievably close spiritually. We really are exactly the same being. With the other two, they were my opposite. They didn't look like me. They didn't really act like me. They were actually, the yin and the yang, but in an extreme polarized way, of very much a duality, because in a false twin, dark twin, you can feel the duality. The duality there is so strong. The black and white, the male, the female, it's so opposite and so dual. And then when you have your genuine twin flame experience, there isn't duality and you don't feel like you're opposites. You feel very balanced. You feel like the male and female energies are so balanced, and you just feel like you're the same in so many ways. It's you might even look the same, because me and my twin flame, we actually look the same. And we're exactly the same age, and we're just exact copies of each other. And it's just, everything starts going right when you're with your real twin flame. You have just so much more positive experiences, so much more luck, so much more abundance, and you get into your spiritual mission so strongly with no distractions. That is the main thing, is you just feel so on purpose, and they assist you with that just by their energy and by their reflection back to you of the best that you can be, because that is the reflection of a true twin flame. They will mirror back to you your best self, your most whole self, and your most on purpose, on path self. And they inspire you, and it's very light, very innocent, very pure. It's totally different to a false and a dark twin experience. With a false and a dark twin experience, you will have some doubts as to whether or not that person is really your twin flame. You will have all the confirmations as well that they are your real twin flame because of the tricks of the Matrix. But there will always be that little part of you which is like, I'm unsure. Or, if there's any kind of doubt, then they're not, basically. And with those false twin flames, they're a lot more convincing because they're a lot lighter. They're usually not dark at all. Just wounded. But even with them, there's some part of you is like, oh, I would probably like this experience to be over. You're just, some part of you knows inside that you could actually love again. And that is a major sign, I would say, of a false twin. You may really love them and you may be committed to them and all that stuff. You may get married, you may just be so in with the experience, but there's this little part of you which is just like, oh, this sucks. And you just know that there's someone out there who's better for you, who's sweeter, who's kinder, who's just more of a compliment to you, and who lifts you up rather than taking you down. And that is exactly what a real twin flame will do. And also with a real twin flame, you will notice that you actually have a golden cord between your hearts. And there's just these upper chakra cords, whereas with the lower twin flames, they like to attach to your lower chakras, which would be root chakra, sacral and solar. So that is definitely something to look out for. A real twin flame is it's an upper chakra love. It's far more etheric. It's not so physical and dense and earthly. It's really not. And you have to keep it like that. You have to stay high up in your upper chakras and not go down to those lower levels or those ego levels, because when there are ego issues which come up, it really puts a genuine twin flame relationship out of balance. Whereas with a false and a dark twin, it can actually be the ego issues which keep you together. So, it's just where there's codependencies or wounds or stuff like that, they actually keep you holding on to the relationship. And it's the unhealthiness and the toxicity and stuff like that. Whereas with a true twin flame, it's the purity and the the wholeness and all that stuff which keeps you together. And like I said, when there are kind of like issues to be healed, that's what does separate you. So that is why it is so important to heal yourself, restore your true equilibrium, and balance all of those issues within yourself, and clear fear away as well, because in a true twin flame relationship there is no room for fear, there is no room for doubt. And you are in perfect balance with yourself and not in a state of need or woundedness. Although your twin flame can really assist you with healing anything that you need to heal, just from the level of that pure heavenly love which they radiate back to you, which is your own essence. And nothing can assist you more than your own essence. So it's not to say that you won't need each other or you won't have ups and downs or things like that, but it's going to be in a far more balanced, beautiful way. And that is the ultimate goal of a twin flame, is to become truly whole in yourself and to not need anyone, but yet to have that beautiful reflection coming back to you. So yeah, and it's something I've noticed as well is with myself is whenever you think about or you desire to move away from your twin flame, the universe, your spirit guides, everything, it just screams at you and it says, no, you have to stick with this person. And just when things the way they can be in life, sometimes you think, well, maybe it would be more beneficial for me to go on a date with this person, and maybe I would like a relationship with this person instead, this past life partner who's just perfect for me right now, or this other person who can just give me what I really feel like I need right now, and all this kind of stuff. And so whenever I get those thoughts and feelings of, I think I would just want to be with someone else right now because it's just going to suit me better and I'm going to enjoy it more, and that person's going to be there for me when I need it. Those kind of like comfort things, which sometimes your genuine twin flame doesn't mirror back to you because they really are your reflection, and often your reflection doesn't give you what you need at the time. It's just going to give you a reflection of your best self. So, and also a reflection of your true self, and often, the same qualities I have, he has, and sometimes I feel like I would like different qualities, in my life or in a relationship. Maybe I don't want to date my exact reflection, I always thought it would be totally amazing to date myself, because I just thought, well, I'm awesome, and I would love to date myself. But then, sometimes you do want something different. You want something that's going to, like I said, just that difference, to fulfill something you have inside yourself, something you want to experience. But whenever I go to move towards a different partner, a different person, it's just my messages from my guides and from spirit, they just scream at me, and they're like, no, they just make out it would just be this awful thing, and I have to stick to the plan. I have to, stick with being connected and in love with my genuine twin flame, even when they're not in my reality, which I can tell you isn't the easiest, because often you want that in your reality right now. You want the love, you want the closeness, you want the physical person to be there for you. And obviously, naturally, when it's not there, you're going to want that from somebody else. But it seems like, the messages from spirit coming through is just, we have to stay true, we have to stay faithful to our genuine twin flame, who is messaging me right now. That is hilarious. This is what I mean. You go to move away, and then they're just there. Yeah, I want to speak to you. I'm here. It's a very interesting game. The moment you're just this is a perfect example of what happens. So it's when you get on purpose and you're doing something right, your twin flame will literally just appear in your reality. That was quite unexpected. I'm just surprised. Yeah, so basically that is what happens. You and your twin flame cannot speak for a very long time, and it could be that you are only speaking to each other telepathically and speaking to each other in dreams, and it's just like you're so close in the higher levels, you know. Every night I'm with my twin flame in my dreams, and we're doing these amazing things on the spirit realm, and he is my protector in my dreams, and he guides me through, and I am his protector in my dreams, and I guide him through, and we're so close. But then sometimes in the 3D world, it's like, well, okay, well, you know, maybe we're just not speaking now, and I just leave it and I ignore it. And then, you know, and then I'm maybe doing something here now which is affecting the path, and then they just appear. So that is a sign that when you get on your path and you're doing something and you're sharing something from your heart, that is when they appear. So anyway, this is just my twin flame experience. So yeah, I will most likely make some more videos about it, because I'm also counselling other people through their twin flame experience, and I know a lot about the false twins and dark twin flames and all that stuff, so really able to help people pass the test so that they can, you know, manifest their union in a joyful and fast way, so people won't have to go through all of the tests and the tricks and the traps and all that stuff without any sort of knowledge or any support or anything like that, because I did it all by myself. I had no idea what a twin flame was when I met my dark twin flame. I never really heard the term before and wasn't interested in it, didn't really want a relationship or anything like that, but I kept getting these psychic messages, this is your twin flame, this is your twin flame, this is your twin flame. So I was like, So I just googled what is a twin flame, and then that is literally how I found out about twin flames. And that was just preparation then for the false twin flame and for the real twin flame. And there's so many just like lessons and things that you learn across the way, and all of these tests and all of these things which you really do have to go through, because if you don't pass the tests you don't move forward, you know. And if you don't pass it with one, then they'll send you another false twin flame and another false twin flame until you pass the lessons. And believe me, you want to get to your real twin flame. So okay, well, this has been a long video, and I shall leave it here for now. Anyway, blessings and love and light to everybody. Thank you.